talking about it for a while. And we're finally going to do it. Love that head. Formula One Manager 24 is finally getting up on the Judge Metal YouTube page. Done a little bit of this on Twitch. This is going to be the first time we're going to see more than a trailer. Love this sound. I'm ready to race. Alright, so you may have seen the little trailer we did. That was just me goofing around. Not even sure what I was doing. If I was doing a time trial or something like that, and I just decided to record about a minute of the car moving around the track from some different camera angles. But that was all just to let you know that this is coming to the channel. We do more than just baseball, believe it or not. Started the JudgeMetal racing team. Now this racing team was never supposed to see the light of day. This was just my team that I was going to say learn how to play the game a little bit. I don't know anything about Formula One racing other than what I've learned in the last 2 weeks. I will mispronounce drivers' names. If you've watched the KBO series that I'm doing with the Hanwha Eagles, then you're used to me mispronouncing names. So this shouldn't be any different for you. But yeah, this team was just to test the game, to get familiar with it. But I'm really having fun with it. So I thought, what the heck? Let's put some content up, see how it does, see if you guys are into this as much as I am, and. Yeah, so we're not doing great. I'm not going to pretend that we're awesome at this. We are not. I think the last race we ran, I believe Theo Pourchaire, who's my driver for car number 1 in my team, I think he finished 13th or 17th. We're in the teens, man. We're not getting any points. We're actually in a practice session right now, but I thought this would be kind of cool. That's something we could do to just throw it out there. If you've played this game and you have tips, don't be afraid to insult me and throw them in the comment section, right? Because I've been doing research, I've been watching some videos, I've been playing and trying different things. I think like the first 2 races I wasn't even sure how to replace a part. I just kind of figured that out a few weeks ago. So yeah, probably wasted a lot of money on useless things. But like I said, this was supposed to just be the test team, and then I was going to create a new team and roll out a series for the YouTube channel. But I thought, what the hell, let's throw some content up and just do it for fun. And like I said, if you have any thoughts or any suggestions, please feel free to throw them in the comment section. And I, of course, will read it and probably learn something, most likely, because yeah, I'm very new to all this. I'm new to Formula One, new to racing, new to this game. So yeah, so our 2 drivers, Pourchaire and Magnussen, they were just when I created a team, that was who was in there. I went with them because what did I know, right? It's not like I'm going to be able to go pick a better driver, because I don't know what a better driver looks like. So we stuck with them. We have improved the cars somewhat, but probably, I would say the other teams are probably way ahead of us because obviously the AI knows how to play the game. So you will see at times where we will just have people just roll past us. But anyway, let's get into the practice session. Let's do something fun. We'll get the cars set up, and we can try to keep this thing to maybe a 40-minute video, something like that. That's the goal. Give you something that's not too crazy long, but give you a taste of this, and we'll see how you guys react to it. Because I'm telling you, I love this game. If you've never played it, you should try it. Not a big racing guy. I wasn't until about a week and a half ago when I bought this. Now I'm trying to figure out how I can watch Formula One stuff, because it's pretty awesome. All right, let's get into the practice. You can simulate if you want to. I think a lot of folks do that. A lot of different strategies. Won't get into all of it, but I'm gonna manage it because the team has some issues.
Fuck is green. Fuck is green.
And we're trying to work through these issues. Pourchaire's doing good. Pourchaire's a younger driver. In fact, let's get him out on the track. We'll get him out, get him running. We'll get Magnussen out shortly. Magnussen's been a little disgruntled. He's a veteran guy, you know, so he wants to, I'm sure he wants to run near the front.
Radio
his
check.
team is not ready for prime time. Pourchaire is developing. He's had better luck though too, so that would explain it. Or part of it anyway.
Focus on brakes.
Copy.
But here we go. What our plan generally is, what I've learned so far is, let's get Magnussen rolling out too, so we don't waste any time. We got an hour of time up here in the left-hand corner on the clock. Oh, let me move my camera. I just realized that's like right in the middle.
Radio check. Radio is good.
Probably not a very professional YouTuber to just adjust my camera midstream, but you're missing a lot of good
Keep working
data.
on your legs. Copy that.
So, yeah, I think that's good. I don't think we're covering up anything important. Could probably just turn my camera off. But anyway, so Pourchaire's out running. Now we got Magnussen out running. We will run them. They're set up to run about 15 laps. What I've been doing in these practice sessions, as you can see right here in the corner, it says 0 or 5. I keep highlighting. It's corner 0 or 5. That's the driver out there getting data in his car, getting a feel for it as it drives around the track. As he drives around the track, he's also getting comfortable with the track, getting experience with it. So that's this number right here. And I think this is parts, if I remember correctly. So we've researched and upgraded some parts, so I guess that's why that's the 68% and not higher. So my assumption there is he's adjusting to the additions we've made to the car, the changes we made to the car. And we are following Pourchaire right now. Anybody else out on the track? There's like one other car. I don't know why no one else is out. So, if you've seen this, or if you've played this, I'm telling you a lot of stuff that you know. And as I said, comment, give me some help here. Get me out of the basement. We score some points. But got different camera angles. You got like a helicopter view here as we follow Pourchaire. We're following the highlighted driver. We get down in the car. That's a little louder. Where we started, kind of ground level. I like the camera angles in the car. You get a better feel for the elevation on the track, the hills. If you're watching this or you're watching from the helicopter, it's really tough to see. You know, sometimes when they're going uphill or downhill and that sort of thing. So as you can see, we got 1 out of 5. So he's collecting data. Got 1%. here as well, so they are gaining familiarity with the car, with the changes that we made, gaining familiarity with the track. I have to be honest with you, I have completely forgotten where we're at. I think we were in Miami last week. I kind of forget where we are right now, honestly. I don't suppose it'll tell us anywhere. That didn't help me. I don't know where that is. Anyway, whatever. It's a track. We got Formula One cars. Let's just drive and have fun. And so since this is just practice and we're trying to gain familiarity and things like that, I'm not pushing the cars. I could, if I wanted to. Since we're watching Pourchaire, we'll go up to him. We can slow them down, conserve our tires, conserve our fuel. We can run aggressive. We can attack. Set that. I'm not exactly sure. So in the race, you can push, you can conserve fuel. So obviously I get conserved fuel. I'd seen somewhere where it was saying that the more fuel you have in the car, the more weight there is. So in some circumstances, you might know lessen the amount of fuel you have, you can run faster, but then you risk not having enough fuel to run to finish the race. So during pit stops, you don't fuel up during the race. You put enough fuel in the car to get you through the race. And so doing that, you risk not having enough fuel in the car to finish the race. And I could pretend that I understand the strategy of all of what I just said, but I don't. I don't. I mean, it makes sense to say that there's less weight, so the car might go a little faster, but I don't know. So I've got... I guess that's the engine getting hot. I don't have anything here telling me what that is, but I think that's just because I probably need to... I've probably been running this engine for a while. In between races, you do manufacture parts, you research new technology, improve your parts, that kind of thing. Then you install those. So that's, again, here why he's... I guess this is showing that we've installed new parts and he's getting used to them. But I'm thinking this engine in car 2, it's probably been in there for a while. We have a fairly new one in car 1. Pourchaire, who's been the better driver this year, did wreck and had a DNF, did not finish. So he had to come out and we had to do some major work to that car. Alright, so everything's going. We can speed up. For video purposes, I'm going to speed up. But I really don't like to do it. Maybe it's just because I'm still new to this game. And I'm such a geek about it. I just like to sit here and watch them run. But yeah, for the sake of the audience, I will speed up. We'll double the speed because we're only doing 15 laps. Once we get 5 here and here, we're at 2 right now. Once we get 5, I'll pull them in, and we'll make adjustments. Now, during this practice session, you do fuel your car up when you come in. They only put enough fuel in for 15 laps. So you come in, you top off the fuel, you'll make adjustments on the car. That part's pretty cool. So we'll speed up a little bit to get to that. But yeah, you make the adjustments based on the driver's I guess, skill set, how he feels about the car. He or she, there are female drivers. I don't think there's any in F1, but there are. We do have one of our backup drivers is female, so there are female drivers in the game. And again, my ignorance, I don't know. I assume they're all real folks, real people, but yeah. Over here, you got your leaderboard. Those are your lap times. We are not running with the folks up here. I think that's Piastra? Piastri? Piastra, I think is his name. These two guys, they get in, they're going to blow right by us. We do run with Zoe and Botas. I'm learning their names because we do have a bit of a rivalry with them. Usually it's at the back of the pack, but we do run fairly well against them. But the Mercedes folks, yeah, we're not keeping up with them. But we have qualified well a few times. I think we've qualified as high as 7th. And again, if you're not familiar, once we get to qualification, it's, you know, everybody goes out, all 22 cars run, top 16, then move on to the second round. After that, the top 10 do the final, the third qualification, unless there's no, I think you still do all three. I was going to say unless there's a Grand Prix, but I think that only affects practice. So Grand Prix would just be a shorter version of the race in essence, like a sprint. So the ones I've done so far, I don't think there have been any pit stops. You just load the car up and take off. And I think you only come in, I guess, if you need to for anything. Again, speaking of stuff I don't know. So we're at 405, so I'll just keep it at double speed here. Because we will be pulling these guys off shortly, and like I said, we'll bring them in, we'll make adjustments, we'll send them back out. The idea is to gain experience and familiarity with the car. And that's really all we're trying to do in practice, just get the best setup we can. Build some confidence too, because like Magnussen has just had some bad races. He's had some tough luck. Lately it's been better, but again, like I didn't know anything about setting up a team. So I just went in and started racing and didn't worry about anything. And like the morale of the entire team was just, it's just horrible. So I've been trying to catch up by adding facilities and improving the car and things like that. And it's starting to catch on, but it really affected the way they drove. But Pourchaire, on the other side, the younger driver, is actually improving. And he's getting more and more competitive, it seems, by the week. And these cars, I just picked them because I thought they were cool looking. And I think there's another team that has virtually identical cars, so that kind of sucks. That's another reason to maybe restart and get a new team. All right, so they.
What was the balance, please?
Just inconsistency.
Yeah, copy that.
So he's at 5 of 5. So let's get down here, and we'll call him in. Now his next time around, he's going to come down pit lane, whenever that is. Just in case you, I don't know if you can hear that or not. It might just be in my headset. But I have a fan on, and I think every now and then it blows over this way on the microphone. So It's not my heavy breathing. As far as you know. Alright, so here we go. This is the little mini game, in-game, whatever you want to call it. So we got front wing, rear wing, anti-roll, tire camber, toe out. I have no idea what toe out is. But all these different things these are different things you can adjust on the car. And then you're looking over here in the middle. And so right now, Magnussen hates the oversteer, hates the braking, hates the cornering. He's okay on traction. I mean, that's like right down the middle. I'm surprised he's only good there. But he's great on the straights. So his satisfaction with this setup is 46%. Well, we can do better than this. Right. But as you notice, when I highlight this, I almost pointed at the screen. Oh, yeah. Well, I could point, but you're not going to see what I'm pointing at. So if you're looking at the screen in the middle, as I highlight these, you'll see that it gives you little arrows and tells you how these affect which direction you can move them, in essence, right? So oversteer, if you take that to the left, the braking stability is, or take that to the right, the braking stability is going to go to the left. So let's adjust. Now you're going to see like lots of stuff is going to move. Okay, so if we take that all the way up, there we go. And the idea, obviously, is to get centered on these arrows. This is the range where we're good to great, whatever. Outside of that's going to be bad. So now, we highlight the rear wing. Oops. All right, but we've lost our traction. And then this is where I like shut up because I'm trying to. It's like if you play Scum, you're picking locks. It's like impossible to talk while you're doing it. It's kind of maddening for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll pop in frame. We're getting close. Now we're losing our traction again. Oh, here we go. All right, we're getting there. I think we're going to stay here. We want to go there. Actually, I think we're going to go right there. All right, so we should fuel them up. Just a quick look while we're in here, because this is what you're going to see on all your pit stops. These are your different types of tires. You got your soft tires, your medium tires, your hard tires. Intermediate are for when it's raining. So 1 to 4 millimeters, it'll tell you, well, on the regular screen, it'll show you, oh, right here. On this screen, it's dry day, so there's no water on the track. But if there's 1 to 4 millimeters, you're going to want to run intermediates. Below 1, you're going to want to be on the dry tires. And then above 4 millimeters, you're using these wet tires. Obviously, much higher, much better performance when you're on dry tracks than on the like softer tires. Softer tires don't last as long, but they're faster. Medium tires, kind of a balance, and your harder tires are going to last longer, but you're not going to be as quick. All right, so let's confirm that. So Magnussen is getting reconfigured right now. Pourchaire coming in. And we're going to do the same thing with him. Look at that. I think I'm just going to stay with that for now. So when we'll run roughly 15 more laps, get these guys back out on the track, we'll run them around again. They'll come back in and we'll take a second look at this. So this one doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, the closer you get, the sooner you get it, great. But let's confirm that. So I think that looks pretty good. So both these guys are reconfiguring and crank up the time, and I'll get a drink. So you go to 4 times speed, then it takes you away from the track and gives you this overhead view. So here we can watch all these folks running around. And you can see what kind of tires they're running on as they're going around the track. You get the color code, so this tells you basically, I guess, if they're below, you want to be green. Green's good, yellow bad. That means you're slower. I don't know if it's like slower than the average or what that's exactly based off of. But all right, so we got Magnussen done. Let's get him back out on the track. Pourchaire's done as well. Let's get him back out there. I was going to say, I saw a lot of some different tires out there, and I was wondering if the weather was changing or what's potentially going on. But it does look like that's only a 5% chance of rain in 3 minutes. I do not like running in rain. Alright, let's ride the practice out for a while. And again, what we're doing is we're going to run this. As he gets around the track, we'll get 5 out of 5. That means we can bring him back in and we can make adjustments. So you see, his engine's running hot because he has a moderate risk of this thing failing. And that's because, you see, the engine's only at 41%. So he's had this engine in probably all season. The ERS, the DRS stuff, I can't pretend that I really understand it that much. I just know, I guess when the cars are braking, they store up energy. That energy can be used at another time to give you a boost. And that's what this percentage here, you can see. is up to 100%. Exactly when you can use that, when it kicks on and off, I don't know. That might be part of the reason why I'm not running so good. I think I got it on auto. I think the drivers are using it at the appropriate times. But something to learn about. Alright, so let's speed this up. So it looks like we're about 30 minutes in. I didn't want to go too crazy long with this, but this is, I think, a cool intro. And we get a chance, we'll run this race. We'll either live stream that and then throw that up as a YouTube video, or maybe we'll just do it for YouTube. We'll see. But yeah, this game is outstanding. It's so cool. We get in here. Which one is it? There we go. I like this camera angle just because you can read the speedometer and all the dashboard information. No, you can't because I'm over top of it. We'll adjust that for future. Yeah, I forgot. I moved the camera to the middle because I didn't want to cover up any car data. But that one angle where my camera is, you can see on the steering wheel, you can see all the data that the driver sees. So maybe we'll ditch the camera for future races. We'll see. Didn't know if I click that, it takes it right back to regular speed. All right. Lesson learned. Nope. Okay, Pourchaire spun. Let's see.
Copies.
See any damage. And as I said, Pourchaire had a lot of new stuff put in the car. We get new ERS, new gearbox, new engine. Magnussen got some of that stuff, but not all of it. I think they're all right. At first I wasn't running a lot of practice laps because I was thinking I was saving resources. So that's another reason why the team struggled early. And then I realized that running these cars, gaining this familiarity, getting the adjustments right. I didn't even know to adjust the car the first 2 races. But those things are important, and it's also important for these guys to work together. Like Magnussen and his engineer apparently don't like each other. So getting them out and letting them run, and hopefully having success will fix that relationship. Otherwise, I got to let somebody go at the end of the season. Not too concerned about where we are on this. We're not really pushing the car at this point. We're just, you know, running laps, making sure the car matches the driver. Also, just trying to get an idea of how long tires last on this track too. That's another thing I learned that you can learn while you're running these practice sessions. So when it comes to race day, you'll need a pit strategy. You'll need to plan out how many times you plan on pitting during the race, what tires you plan on using when, if you plan on running aggressive or conservative at these points. You can adjust all that in racing. It will happen. There'll be an accident, or you'll get rain. Conditions change. So those things can be adjusted, but it's at its best when you make a plan and you're able to stick to it. How many laps are we at? So we're approaching, Pourchaire's at 29 laps now. I wasn't paying attention, so I guess they got their 505 and they're bringing them back in. So the engineers made that call. I wasn't watching.
Okay, and we box.
If you run
box,
your 15,
box.
they bring you in, because otherwise
Copy,
you're gonna run
copy.
out of fuel. Gas.
Box.
Please make sure your PT meter is on. Stop in front of the garage.
Pit lane.
Pit limiter on. Stop, front of the garage.
Alright, so Magnussen's in. Look at that. Not too bad. Try to get a little better. Oh, that's not gonna. Boy, I don't. Oh, look at that. I think we got it. Let's try that. I think that'll improve. Got the straights a little better. Kept those within. I mean, yeah, let's get in confirmed, reconfigured. And Pourchaire will be in. Yes. I don't know if we'll get another run on this practice session. It depends on how long it takes to make those adjustments. Alright, let's see. Wonder why. Did they bring him in too soon? Alright, so that's another reason I don't like to speed it up. Not sure why. He must not have gotten 5 and 5. But said I was doing so great, I wasn't even watching the stream. You'll do this and you'll think there's no hope, and then all of a sudden it'll just be there. Oh my god, this one's maddening. Screwed his car up. I feel like I was better when I came in. Let's see. Okay, I wasn't actually. Okay, but that's better. That's unfortunate because that was great. I don't think I'm going to keep great on the straights, but... Alright, we're going to go with that. And like I said, we got 14 minutes of game time. We're at 45 minutes. We're going to want to wrap this up soon anyway. Didn't want to pull you into like a 2-hour intro for Formula One racing. But this is what a practice session looks like. I actually enjoy this part of it. Maybe it's because I'm not so great during the races that I have more fun with this at the moment. I should say I have more fun with it, but I do enjoy this. Try to get the car dialed in, watching the improvement, and go to qualifying. Qualifying's fun as well. I usually get my guys out early. It looks like we're great, and then we just drop straight down the standings on the leaderboard. He's complete. All right, well, we got 10 minutes. He's going to complete. Let's get him back out there. Get Pourchaire back out there. Here we go. Let him run the track for these last few minutes. See how much data we can get. So if we get, let's say we get 2 out of 5, that will carry over, or should carry over till the next practice session. So even though we've run out of time, we come out and practice for session number 2. We'll have that data, and then we can build upon that. But I feel like where we got the cars right now is probably the best we're going to get. Now, somebody who's played this game a lot is probably looking at me going, no, you dummy. You're not adjusting it right, or whatever. But, hey, we're having fun, we're learning.
Update on tire status when you can.
I didn't change any tires. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Pourchaire's at 30%, 29% of his tires. That is getting into risky territory. So I would say he only has a few percent maybe. As this decreases, he has more. The possibility of a blowout increases with every percentage that this drops. So I think he's going to be okay for a little while. I think he's okay for another 2 laps. We're not pushing it crazy hard, so if he does lose a tire, it shouldn't be, knock on wood, he shouldn't be into a wall. But let's do this. Oh, he's getting ready to come past the line. So what we'll do, we'll pass the line. Oh, wait a minute. We can't do that. Oh, we can only call him now. I was going to say we could set it up for him to come in on the next lap, but that's during the race. So we'll let him run another lap and then we'll call him in. Matter of fact, could back him off a little bit. So that way he's not pushing so hard. I don't often get a third run in on the first practice session. At least if I do, it's not very long. So I usually just run the same tires. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. Like maybe running these tires down like this is giving me good data then. But then again, during the race, we're not going to be running on 90% tires all the time.
Update on tires.
tires has died.
Pourchaire's got 34 laps. Magnussen's got 33, so we'll bring Pourchaire in after. He'll cross the line here, he'll do one more lap, he'll be done. And Magnussen will do another lap and bring him in. So as soon as he's done, she's just let's call him in. Was that one too? And I think we got time to run one more lap with Magnussen. So Pourchaire's done for this practice session. And if we go in here, we'll see that we have incomplete data because we didn't run the 5 laps. So they're still saying optimal on straights. So maybe that either hasn't updated or maybe we had 1 of 5. So, all right, so let's get out of this. So Magnussen can finish up his lap. Yeah, he had 1 of 5. Pourchaire had 1 of 5. So that's why we got data on the 1. So that's great. That's optimal. The better we set up the car, the more competitive he'll be. And Magnussen now coming in. And we'll just take a quick peek at him before we run out of time, just see what kind of data we got. So he got 2 out of 5. So that means next practice session, that'll be all the quicker that we can get him in and maybe make another final tweak or adjustment. And you see his driver preparations up to 42, acclimation 26, getting more familiar with the new parts on the car. And I was going to say what I changed out, but I forgot what it was. So anyway, so here we go. Time's running out, and this thing will time out in a moment. Once all these guys get off the track. So yeah, that's a practice session for the Judge Metal Racing team. We're now on Formula One. We've made the big time. So thanks for hanging out if you've made it this far into this video. It's a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I think it was some fun stuff, some cool stuff. If you've not played this game or you're new to it, hopefully you learned something, maybe you got interested in it. So go grab this game. It's great. It's a ton of fun. And then there are your results. So again, we weren't really looking to try to hit any kind of specific lap times or anything that. We're just trying to gather data. So we're looking at 118.4 for Magnussen, 117.8. Come up here to the leader. They're running 115.7. So Vesti was running a hell of a lot faster than we were. All these guys up here are running, let's see, like 118.4. So talking like 3 seconds off, a little bit more for Magnussen. Pourchaire will usually run up in the mid to lower teens anymore. Magnussen's struggling to get up into the lower teens, but it's getting better as the team gets, we'll say, less disgruntled. They are performing better, and we're making the car a little better. We're just behind because of the way we started. So there you go. That's the progress so far. We're going to stop it right there. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. As I always say, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube that you could be doing right now, but you are right here. And thank you for that. Don't forget, please like, please subscribe to help the channel grow. We're going to add more content as we go. I keep threatening to play Scum on the YouTube channel, and I haven't put anything up yet. Honestly, it's because I'm kind of terrible at Scum. But it's a survival game if you're not sure about what that is. It's a great survival game. I have a blast playing it. I'm just not really good. So sometimes I feel like, why should I be streaming this? I'm not that great at it. But it is a really fun game, so we'll see some of that. Some other games as well we'll be adding, trying to diversify. It's more than just baseball, but we love baseball. So thanks again. Appreciate you hanging out. We'll see you again in probably a couple of days. We'll have another update of Formula One. We just posted KBO update, big breaking news in the Hanwha Eagles season. So go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. All right, have a great night. Thank you, and we will see you soon.